All right, Phil Flynn, thank you so much for your insight there. Always appreciate that. Well, of course, have you ever been to Hawaii?
I haven't. My parents honeymooned in Hawaii, though,
yes, of
so
course.
It's on my bucket list to go.
I totally understand what you mean. Hawaii, a beautiful, beautiful state, right? It's made up of 8 larger islands. There's actually 137 much smaller islands within the Hawaiian chain. Unfortunately, though, on what's called the lee side of these islands throughout the day today, we have a fire weather danger.
Yeah, this is now day 2 of fire weather concerns. A lot of that because of the stronger trade winds moving over the islands. And you mentioned the leeward side. So basically, as you get the strong winds coming and climbing up the windward side of the mountain, it wrings out all the moisture. Then as the air descends down the mountain, it gets so dry and warm. And that's what's leading to the fire weather threat. In some instances, we could see wind gusts of close to 40, maybe 50 miles per hour. Not seeing that quite yet. But for some of these islands, I mean, Honolulu, we're already gusting at 25.
Absolutely. They have an open air airport out that way, too. 32-mile-per-hour winds. You know, to your point, Haley, a couple of these islands are already seeing gusts upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour. And it is very much so the overnight hours right now in Hawaii. So when we see a little bit more daytime heating, things become a little bit more active. To your point, we're expecting those winds to perhaps gust upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour. And that could fan the flames, Haley. And that's what the big concern is. You know, I feel like a lot of us remember what happened in Lahaina. That was 2 years ago now, right? Just 2 years ago, and we don't want a repeat of that.
Right. Thankfully, the fire weather concerns aren't quite to that level, but it is a nod to the fact that this is something that the Hawaiian Islands have to deal with. It's something they think about in regards to their overall weather pattern. Part of the reason why they're seeing those strong winds is actually because we have a few tropical systems. At one point, it was Iona. Now that's just sort of the remnants of that storm as it moves well off towards the west there. But it's creating a tighter pressure gradient. So the wind field gets stronger as the atmosphere tries to figure itself out. And that's sort of enhancing some of the wind, which is what we saw back in 2023, Michael. It was Hurricane Dora, which it could be a battle. Some meteorologists say it had more of an impact than others, but nonetheless, they still retired that hurricane name because of it.
They did. And again, whether or not it was directly related, there were certainly indirect relationships there that caused that wildfire in Lahaina to just spread like crazy, unfortunately. Also, of course, tracking Gil. It's no longer a hurricane. That's good news. It lost its hurricane status, but still very much so a tropical storm with winds at about 60 miles per hour. This is going to get really close to the Hawaiian Islands. Do I think it makes a direct impact? No. But by the time we get to, say, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday, I think we could see a couple of residual effects because of Gil. Yeah,
some gusty winds, some higher surf. That'd really be just about it. But thankfully, no longer a hurricane as it gets closer to Hawaii. But let's talk tropics here for a second. I mean, we are very active, not only in the East Pacific, but also we have Invest 95L right off of the southeastern coast. And we have an area to watch that has been newly designated in the Atlantic. Could this be a sign of finally the turning of the tables for the MDR? We'll be answering those questions when Weather Command Weekend comes right back.